Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Northerners in Bulgaria.
Well, it's been a long time, hasn't it?
It's been a while, hasn't it? So we thought we'd jump on and do a bit of a Q&A, because since we've left Bulgaria, yes, we left Bulgaria because, yes, our 90 days was up. More about that in a minute.
Yeah, so we're no longer there anymore, are we? We're other places. If you've been checking out our other travel channel, Northerners on Tour, we're actually out and about at the minute, aren't we?
You are. And if you haven't been checking it, go over and watch that until you can see some more content on this channel.
Yeah.
But for now, yes, we left. We had the house for 2 weeks. We did as much as we could.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it happened so quick that our time in Europe was out, like I said, the 90 days.
Yeah.
So the biggest question you're all asking, the biggest question is, how can you have a house and then go out there and only do it up for 3 months? Well, how can we, Mark?
Well, it's easy, isn't it? It's easy when you know how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we've done, we have applied for a visa. We applied for a visa as soon as we saw the house.
It'd be foolish of us to do it like that, because for 90 days, I mean, to fly over to Bulgaria is not an issue, but to drive over, it's like 3 or 4 days straight driving. I mean, 90 days, it's still all right, don't get me wrong, but why bother with a property when you can't be there, perhaps when you need to be, if you need to go there because there's a problem or something, you know,
Yeah.
so that's it. So yeah, definitely that you do, we think you need to have a visa, and then further down the line.
Don't get us wrong, if you haven't as a holiday home, that's absolutely fine, but we're not. We are going to use our house in Bulgaria as a base. For those of you who don't know the backstory, we've actually sold our house in the UK now.
We had it on the market, it's been well over 2 years now, and eventually we had an offer and it fell through ages ago. A year and a half ago, was it? I don't know. I think we were in Spain at the time. Well, we took it off for a little bit and then put it back on, I think, when we got back to the UK, didn't we? But we had an offer and that's all sort of going to plan, isn't it? So at the minute, we're going to be on with shortly, starting emptying everything out of that and working out what's going with us at some point. We're going to put some stuff in storage and that's it.
Yeah,
so this idea of this video really is just as an update, and to thank everyone as well who's come over and who's from our other channel and people who's come along and subscribed for our journey. We're
overwhelmed because the amount of content we've put out, which is not a lot, and we do apologise for that, but like we say, we had 2 weeks before we had to be out of Bulgaria. We showed you as much as we could and did as much as we could before we had to leave the house.
You're going to be sick and tired after we've finished putting videos on, but we're going to show you as much as you want to see. You know, we're going to sort of try and you guys are going to steer us to let us know really what you want to see when we get back over there and we start doing things like emptying and decorating and stuff, and obviously
decorating is going to be a long time down the road. I think there's going to be a lot of things to empty, and now I was going to have it emptied while we were away, so when we went back to it, it's going to be a shell. But then I thought there might be a lot of hidden treasures. It's 20 years worth of stuff in there.
Yeah, we don't know. We've seen a few things, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've seen a few things we want to keep as well. So we're going to go through it respectfully as well, because there's people who's obviously now deceased, their belongings are in there.
But we've seen a lot of curiosities as well, and I need to look into them further. There's a lot of bottles, as we've mentioned before. We did ask you what all the bottles was about, and we found out that obviously they like making their own alcohol over there. Is it rakia?
Yeah, jars for preserves and I think jam.
They preserve a lot of food in Bulgaria, which is a good thing, really. There's no bad thing about it. Your older end, your older set, should I say, of locals, they do still like using glass, so we are going to donate all that. Whoever wants it.
It won't take us long to get a word out when we get back and say, if you want some bottles, you know.
I can't wait to get back to start all this. I'm so excited.
Well, we'll get back, and whenever it might be. Well, we've been away for a month now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Just over a month and a few days, believe it or not.
Probably come away at the right time, to tell you the truth, because our friends that live just over the road, she's been telling me that it's been very, very hot.
I've been keeping my eye on the weather, and to be honest, some days have been 35, 36 degrees, you know, so it's crazy hot. So yeah, it's going to be warm in the summers, isn't it, and cold in the winter. So
now, as well as our friends over the road, we have friends down the road as well, Karen and Phil. Now, Karen went over to our property. I asked to go and have a look and see how this garden was doing that we hacked down, because our other friends, they found out that last year that they'd cleared it all, went home, and after 3 months went back, and it was back again with vengeance.
Well, it's going to grow in it. So next time there's any rain and it starts getting sunny again, it's very similar to where where we've been on our trip. If you check out on the travel channel, Norma's on tour, where we've been to get it's roasting hot. Where we are now, we're actually over in Florida, and it's like raining, and then it's sunny and stuff, and nothing's dried out, everything's green, isn't it?
We're having tropical storms. I think if we had these tropical storms over in Bulgaria, we'd have more than a jungle, we'd have a problem.
Yeah, but you get a longer growing period, and you get strong sun and warm temperatures and quite on and off of rain, and that's the reason why, although at the minute it's very dry over there.
When she went over, she actually found that, well, we were quite happy because she's took a video of us, and as you can see on the video, the land's dry, and with it being so dry, it seems to have gone dry and crispy, so it's not growing. It looks like straw, basically, where it's all been trimmed. John trimmed it as far as he could down to the bottom. We cut down a hell of a lot of trees. We have a lot of logs that need making into smaller logs.
That'll be a job for another day, won't it?
They will be, yeah, but we won't be burning them this year because they'll be no good for this year. They'll be better for next winter. We'll probably end up buying a stack if we need some.
If we need to. Look, one of the questions we said about, that you'll need more wood than you'll... But because we've got the motorhome, and for those of you who don't know our motorhome, we spent quite a lot of time up in Scotland, so we're sort of case on to the cold weather. So we've been up in Scotland with Chico when it's been like -18 sometimes outside for a few hours overnight, and we've had the eating and stuff, we'd be fine. So that's how we plan to go on this winter.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be living in the house this winter.
I wouldn't have said so, no, because we said that because people are saying it's going to take you a lifetime to do up, and I don't know, like with the garden and stuff, we're not going to go mad and clear it all and make it all like a show home and stuff. It's going to take time to do it all. I know you're excited to get going, I'm excited to get going. In our own minds, we've got different ideas, but it's like the house won't be done like that. The essentials will be getting done first.
I'm not going to rush it. There's no way it's going to get rushed. It's going to get done properly and at an ease, because again, you've got the hot weather still out of there. I'm not going to kill myself doing it, but like Mark said, we've got different plans, so it's going to be a bit of knocking of heads, I think. But yeah, it's going to be brilliant because, like I say, we've got the motorhome to live in. It's our home already, so it makes no hardship to us at all.
We've done it for it must be 3 years, is it near enough now? 2.5 years at least, that sort of permanently. So it's not an issue for us, is it? That's what we used to. I think we've got two jobs when we get back. Start emptying the house and start and carry on with the garden where we left off, which is going to be a case of right at the bottom of our land. We do have an area where we're going to make access to it off the side of the road. And the side road we probably will adopt anyway and maintain all that. And well, it's tarmac and stuff, but we'll keep it.
I'm on about the land next to it, so we're going to maintain all that. We're going to have a road from the side road put onto the land at the bottom, so we can get the motorhome onto there, and then eventually we're going to extend that piece, the piece at hard standing, and have some motorhome parking on there. But that is in the future. That leads me on to another question we've been getting about so many of you lovely people wanting to come down and help us with the renovations.
I imagine it being like flipping that Nick Knowles programme on BBC.
DIY SOS.
All that stuff, and all of a sudden there's about 300 people rock up, and trucks and wagons, and everyone with
I won't be complaining.
But we are realistic. At the minute, like I say, we can't say to people come over. And it won't be for a bit yet because we've got to get it prepped and stuff, and we don't want it all of a sudden it going from a quiet corner of a village to it being like...
We've got to be respectful. There's people already living there, and I don't want them saying, oh, them blinking English, moving in, making all this racket. It's going to be done slowly and respectfully, and like I say, we don't want to go in and trash the place. We want to go in and we want to integrate to the local community, not be like, oh God, they're a bit of a nightmare, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
so they're the two of the main jobs. You'll probably get on with the land with some of our friends that have offered to help us. And
a good portion of it is cleared. It's not essential, is it? There's a few things
it's not too bad.
I think there's an outside toilet maybe, so I'm going to see if we can work out what that. I think it looks like an outside toilet, and if it is, we might be all right with that,
Restore
use it
that.
for, obviously when we say about when we get over the motorhome, we need somewhere to empty the toilet,
we have a well and we want to restore that. It'd be brilliant if we want to see if we can hold water in there. Because a lot of you are asking about the essentials, because we're saying a village, you're thinking we're saying it's very like in the 80s. They do have hot and cold running water, they do have electric, and they do have telephones.
Yeah.
I can't believe some of the questions we've had, but yeah. So we want to be able to store some water, because there is sometimes
in the summer periods.
Yeah, a shortage of water, and they do cut the village off. You might find yourself with like 2 or 3 days without water. Maybe, so we need to look at having somewhere we can store some water. Not for drinking, for other things.
Yeah, as Martron, we can use that. You know, that'll store up to 80 litres, I think, or 90 litres in the water tank. So we're never going to be sort of stuck, and then maybe something else somewhere. You know. So what
we're going to do is quickly, we're going to answer some of your questions up to date that we've got. A lot of them are quite the same. A lot of them have been about how we're going to get around the 90 days. Well, we've told you that now. So yeah, we have applied for residency.
It's a process, and it's a D visa. You've got to renew it so many times. Once we get out as well, because we're still carrying on our travels, and we'll still be making videos, travel videos. That's our idea anyway. That's what we want to be doing. So we will be still going out.
We've been in Bulgaria. It's a gateway to Europe. Think about it. We don't have to mess around coming from England on the ferry, going through Germany and France. We can now go further afield, and that's what we thought of when we thought about getting the house. So anyway, I've had to write all these down because there's been so many. But one of the first ones is regarding Chico. If you don't know who Chico is our Chihuahua.
He hasn't really he's only featured briefly, only on this channel. So if you go over to our travel channel, Northerners on Tour, he's on there quite a bit.
But he has quite a few followers, probably more than we do. Anyway, regarding Chico, any animals that you want to bring to Bulgaria, someone's asked us what you're going to do about getting him there, and what you're going to do about him staying there, and if he feels poorly. Well, the first one is, he's actually Spanish, is Chico. He has a Spanish full passport.
So he can stay there as long as he wants, can't he?
He's got more what do you call it, clout than us, really.
He doesn't need like the animal health certificate from the UK, which is only valid for I think the 6 months or something like that, or whatever they are. He doesn't need any of that because he's got the passport, but we need to ensure that his rabies is kept up to date, and then the other sort of
and by that way, that'll happen through his vet, who we have already sourced and sorted out.
Yeah, he's already been out to see.
Yes, he's already been to see the vet, so that's all sorted. Chico's he's one of our just main concerns. So Chico will he'll be healthy and looked after. And the good thing about it is, they're not English vet bills. Nowhere near.
No, exactly. We got the wormer there, and then before we drove up, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a wormer. We took him, and the vet checked him over. And how much was it? 16 lev, £8 for a wormer.
I actually gave him a tip, the vet. Then I think I gave him 20 lev.
Yeah, felt really bad.
You know, so
that's Chico's all sorted. Don't worry about Chico. We've already seen to him.
And the vet's just in the next town on, so it's not an issue.
The other question as well being is, where are you living? Where exactly are you living? Now, even on our other channel, Northerners on Tour, we never told you exactly where we're from. We told you we're from the northwest, and we told you we're from Lancashire.
Yeah, so I mean,
you'd be very stupid to put your own personal details on any YouTube channel.
Yeah, so it's like central northern Bulgaria. There is a city nearby, Veliko Trnavo. That's sort of
VT.
Yeah, that's an hour or so away-ish, or just over an hour or so away.
And we have a town before we get there called Pavlikeni. Now, Pavlikeni is where we'll be going shopping. They've got all the supermarkets. It's absolutely fine. You've got your DIY stores and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it. But we're not, for now, obviously in the future, if people are coming over, want to come over and stay with us and stuff, people will need to know them, but we're not just going to give our address out to because would you give your address out? Where do you live? And so on. That's the thing. And we clued up enough to know that we're not going to be silly and
start saying, what's your name, what's your date of birth, what's your address.
Yeah, so that's it.
And the other question that we've had a lot of is, how much did you pay for that house? Well, again, how much did you pay for your house? We're not going to disclose that. How much do you rent
yours house for?
Not yet.
And how much do you earn and all that? Yeah, because we get that question as well. But
not just yet. No. It probably will come up in a future vlog. But I'll let you know that we paid enough and we haven't gone silly and bought something.
And although our house sale, what we're selling in the UK, is progressing, we haven't had the money from that. That doesn't come through until the exchange, and we still got the keys for that house, and we're still going to empty it and stuff. So don't worry yourselves that people have comments are saying that we're
spending the money from the house.
No, we're not. So it gives you an idea. We haven't spent a fortune on this property. And typically, if you go on Facebook and stuff and look at agencies and stuff, you can get stuff. It depends on what you want, But we house is solid, isn't it? You know, the actual structure itself.
But we haven't been silly and bought something without seeing it, and we haven't bought something for a couple of £1,000.
Yeah.
We have bought a sturdy house that's had searches on it, it's had inspections on it, so don't worry about that.
All that's done, isn't it?
And it's more than what you'd think it is. So then we'll just leave it at that
for now. And another time we will, obviously, in the future. But you know, we didn't buy it for £2,000. Definitely not. You know, so whatever. So, but and we said about while we're talking about it being sturdy, we had people say about have you had all the stuff done? But like typically with surveys and stuff, we don't. You don't. I suppose if you're spending a lot of money on one, you would do. You know, but. We know we're building next to it, which is built a different build consistency, mud bricks and stuff. That's
going to be the last job. The last job.
We know that that's not attached to that house in any way. We know because we can see daylight between the two. So
it is a lovely building, and like I say on the video, you can see that there's plenty of scope. A lot of Bulgarians are saying, "Knock it down, knock it down." Like, oh no, there's too much character.
Well, we don't
in
know.
there.
We don't need to. We've not
even
got
if
kids.
We can keep half of it.
I know we've not got kids who are likely to go play in it. We've not. Chico won't go wandering off. We'll talk about Chico again in a second but he won't be going wandering around. So there's no risk to anyone, provided that people who shouldn't be in there are in there. You know, for now it's going to be all right, and eventually we will try and save some of it. I think that's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just on about Chico as well, because we did have a few people saying about the snakes and stuff, and maybe that snake what we put on one of the previous videos.
Oh, what's going out the tree? Yeah, it's coming out the tree.
Yeah, look at
I
that.
think we'll have well and truly scared him away by now.
They might come back, who knows, you know, and stuff like that. But ultimately, it's you know, Chico is going to get looked after properly, isn't he? We're not just going to leave him to run around.
We've never not looked after him.
So he's not. So it's not either like the snake's going to come and swallow him up and restrict him and crush him and stuff. And
never say never.
You know, but there's all sorts of different animals out there. There's things what can cause harm, but we can do what we can do, and he'll be fine. You know.
Yeah,
so.
Chico will be penned in somewhere for a while until we can guarantee that all the fencing is done around the land and he's secure and he can wander off and not get out.
A lot of his time will be on the balcony because he'll love it up there with sunny, won't he? You know, and that'll be secured and stuff, and he'll be fine. And we might even put some artificial grass down for him.
Might do. So another question we've had is it true that you've got to have a registered business to live in Bulgaria? Half of it's true, because you've got to have a registered business to own the land that your house is actually on. Exactly. If you don't have a registered business, you can buy a house, but the land that it's on is not yours legally.
It's not yours. I think it belongs to the government or something, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but yeah, you can't. You've got to. It's all that gets sorted in the process while you're on with. Someone about assist you because you don't do it on yourself.
Yeah, and again, we've done all that, so don't worry about that. We're not silly. We've looked into everything.
Yeah, but
another question is, because I asked you all, what should we name the house? We wanted to give the house a name. We helped our friends give their house a name, and everyone else has one. Now, whilst we were out there, we were just sat on the balcony one time. And we're all shattered. We're just looking out to the garden, and a massive stork flew straight over. And then later on, it did it again. So hence came the name. The name of our house is Stork's Pass. That's what we're going to call it.
That's what I think we're going to call it, because it kept coming over it like a flight route, wasn't it?
It's like a Manchester airplane flight, isn't it? In an airport, they all go straight over our balcony.
I promise. But we sat there one day, and it was sunny. It went cloudy, didn't it, for a second as it flew over.
Easy to get the pterodactyls back.
They look like it, though.
But yeah, so if we do, when we go back, we'll try and capture that for you.
If they've not gone, I think they do go towards the back end of the year. I'm not sure. If you know, put it in the comments if you know when they come and go. Because I know they go back somewhere else further south, don't they, when it's
because it does get cold in Bulgaria. How will you deal with the language barrier?
Well, we
Google Translate.
We're not going to be picking Bulgarian up anytime soon. No, but basic phrases like the hello and thank you and goodbye and please can I have and we'll pick things up obviously because it's. But we will for any complex conversations or anything above simple bits like that will be a case of, for now anyway, use Google Translate.
We have been there, like I say, we've been there for 2 and a bit weeks, and in that time we have learned that the Bulgarians are so lovely that they will give you time. They will come up and they'll go like that, like phone. So you get your phone out, they will say the conversation into the phone, give you time to read it, and then give you time to respond. They're quite used to it.
They are so nice, aren't they, in that respect? So much time for you, whereas you know, and the British are worse for it. If someone comes to Britain and can't speak English, oh, you don't speak English, that's it, and you know. So you know, so for that, there's so much time for you, haven't we? To spend.
That's another reason why we picked where we picked, because we just fell in love with the people that was there. So yeah, that's how we'll do it. Google Translate, patience, and time.
Yeah. Utilities like your electricity and your supplies and your waters and stuff, we nowhere near yet for having any of that done. Obviously, nearer to the time that we're good to go with everything, we're going to have everything put on like the water and stuff, make sure there's no leaks in the electric. From a gas point of view, you're not on the grid for gas, are you? So if you want gas, you buy. Over there, it's a bit like what you get anyone who's got a motorhome with a refillable gas pot. You just buy one of them from a hardware store, and then you just get it filled up. You go to the petrol station, it's like 40-50p a litre, I think, for gas. So and that's it. And then you have it. You can pipe it up to wherever you want to cook if you've got a gas barbecue or whatever. So you know, a lot of people do cook outside, don't they? In the summer months.
Well, I've had it from our friends who have lived there for over a year now. She has a 90-litre bottle, and it's 100 Bulgarian lev, which is roughly about £42, and she's been using that for 4 months. So when you say, "Why have you moved to Bulgaria?" Can you see?
Can you see? Like you said, the gas and the water's next to nothing, isn't it?
So the electric's about 60 Bulgarian lev, which is £26 a month. I'm not making these prices up. This is from someone who lives there. And the water, it's something stupid.
Do you know how much we pay? The property, what we've got, we've not even been in there. We was renting it out, but we covered the bills, and it was $289 it went up to for the water and the electric, didn't it, a month? I'm looking forward to cancelling that direct.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to saying
$280.
Bye.
I mean, even if there were no one in it, the standing charge per day is half of that. Like, you know, we'll still be paying about £150 a month if it weren't being used. It's crazy. So.
And the other thing as well, internet in England, it's a fortune. Now over there, we're looking at about 140 lev a year. What's that?
For a full year, you pay it in 1 year. It's what is it, about £60 a year, isn't it?
A year. No, we're not about a month. Yeah. A year.
If we decide to go that route, whether we go on a SIM one or what, I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? Again, we'll sort it when we're there.
But we definitely need internet.
We've got internet in the van and stuff, so you know, as well. And to be fair, where the property is, it was perfectly good 5G internet. We was putting videos up while we was there, weren't we? Previously, so. Yeah, so with no issues, and that's on a mobile network, so it's perfectly all right.
So yeah, like I said, the main jobs when we get back out there are continue with that garden. I've got to get Chico's swimming pool sorted. That's another one. I've got so many plans to do. If you didn't see that in the last vlog, it looks like an old washing station that I uncovered. It was covered with ivy. You didn't even know it was there. You could see some concrete feet, and that was it. And when I've uncovered it, the front bit's like a sink, and the back bit, I can see a little table and chairs for Chico, and like sand and water. Oh, it'd be brilliant.
Well, it's like a little bathing pool, isn't it? So, but we said the next door neighbours said you can use it to wash in or whatever you want, you know. So.
And you're all saying, have you got neighbours? One side we have got fields that lead to mountains, no one at all, and on the other side we have two beautiful neighbours, and they have been so nice, coming round with water for Mark, asking me if I want coffee, come on in. So we've really landed on our feet.
Yeah, and like I say, that's only to one side. At the bottom of the garden, there's nothing there. It's just someone else's garden where they're growing fruit and veg, or vegetables, at least onions and stuff like that. And then the other side's just open fields for as far as you can see, isn't it?
Yeah.
So other than that, there's no other neighbours like that.
I haven't told you about the other thing as well. There's 3 things we need to get sorted when we get out there. So the third one is the roof. You were all a bit concerned about the roof hanging off at the end. It's not the roof, it's actually a hangover.
Well, it is a roof, but it's the overhang, isn't it?
It's the overhang, it's not the bit that actually is attached to the actual building.
You can see from when you go on the 3rd floor, it's all inside. I mean, at some point it's going to want insulating and boarding up, but we're not.
We think the trees have been rubbing against the guttering, and it's not the guttering and the fascia's off, so that's going to get sorted. But the main roof, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
There's a couple of tiles want sorting, that's all. But other than that,
we know someone who's going to sort that for us anyway.
Given we're not roofing specialists, but generally it's not falling down, is it, and stuff, so it's fairly sturdy. So.
But yeah, so stick with us on this channel, because like I say, I might be unearthing a lot of treasures in there. I'm going to do it, like I say, respectfully, go through people's belongings, There might be some historical facts that I found. We've found newspapers, haven't we?
From 89, I think the oldest one was, something like that.
And I'm going to try and salvage and keep quite a bit of it. So watch with me, because you might want to make comments and tell me what I'm finding, and tell me if you think it's worth saving.
Exactly. We are going to try and find out why it was, because a lot of you have said, oh, it's been empty for so long, why has it been empty? But the thing is, with a lot of the properties in these small villages, we had quite large families, and the siblings grew up and got jobs in the cities and other countries, and it's the same case with here, because we believe that the owners, some live a good way away, don't they? Like in Sofia, some live in another country.
Countries, yeah.
And just for what they sell for, it's not like in UK where all the family comes out of the woodwork when someone passes away, because the property's worth so much, because of such a reduced price. It's like negligible if it's worth making the effort, and that's why we're thinking. So we are going to try and find out a little bit more history on it another time.
And we didn't buy through an estate agent. You all keep asking me what the estate agent was that we used. We didn't buy through an estate. We've been quite lucky and fortunate. Through a friend of a friend, this house came up and it has been sat there, and we've worked with the family, come to an agreement, and that's how we came across this house.
Yeah, it's all legal as well,
Of course it is.
It's all got to be done.
You can't just bum a tenner and say I'll buy your house. It doesn't work like that. We've gone through all the legal channels. We've got people in the background working on our behalf. So yes, it is very doable. A lot of you saying we're doing what you want to do. Why not do it then?
Just do it. Yeah, there's always something you can consider, isn't there? So
this is what happens when you travel around. You see things and you fall in love with places. And we've done Bulgaria 4-5 times now, haven't we?
Previously, we said on some of our travel videos previously that we went. Used to go quite a lot, So we know that things like the Lev's coming to an end, we're led to believe, and it's going into
January.
euros.
It's still going to be cheaper than the UK. It doesn't matter what they do, it will still be cheaper than the UK.
It's not factual what we're saying that on, but it's probable, isn't it?
I know a lot of people in Bulgaria aren't happy that it's coming in, so we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have been coming in over and over again, and it's been stopped. So anyway, so that's where we're at, guys.
Yeah.
We actually are coming back to the UK as we speak. We're in a hotel room now waiting for our flight. When we get back, we just got to do a bit of emptying, a bit of storage, sign a few contracts, and then we're coming back, and we just can't wait. Obviously, we'll be travelling down again, so there'll be more travel footage coming. It's a win-win for you lot. You'll get stuff on the Bulgarian side, and you'll get stuff on the touring side as well. So I hope this has answered a few of your questions. If it hasn't, the comments are below. Why don't you leave us one?
Be respectful with your comments,
If there's anything else you want to know that will help you with the decision of whether you want to move to another country and how to do it, we're not experts, we're not claiming to be. We can only give you the advice that we know and what we found out of friends. But for us, we are so giddy. We cannot wait to get back and start this renovation. And judging by your comments, you can't wait for us to either. So keep watching.
And thanks again for coming over and subscribing. We made a part. We absolutely made up with how many of you showing interest, because we didn't know for sure how interested people would be, and we're gobsmacked.
Very interested.
So just stay tuned for any updates coming up. And
make sure you've hit the notification bell, then you'll get told every time we put one out. Make sure you are subscribed. If you're not, get that hit right now, because you don't want to miss this. Mr. Tumbler doing a house, what could go wrong? Have I updated your life insurance recently? I think I better look into that as well. But for now, guys, we will catch you over in Bulgaria.